In this video, I'm going to walk you through the solution for time series decomposition. Most of the datasets have high variability that makes it tough to see what is happening underneath the surface. To make sense of this, we typically use a solution called time series decomposition. It involves splitting the data into three distinct layers. The first one is the trend, which identifies the long-term direction of data. The second one is the seasonality, which captures the predictable cycles. The third one is the residuals, or whatever is a leftover, which helps us identify one-off anomalies. Let us quickly review how we achieve these results. As a first step, we establish our data connection. You can easily access data from Autonomous Data Warehouse, the AIDP platform, Oracle Analytics Cloud or OSC, or any specific subject areas. In this demonstration, we are going to directly access a dataset hosted in OSC. The second step is preparation. In this step, we clean and standardize that data, ensuring it is analysis ready and consistent. In third step, we run the prepared data through a custom-built decomposition logic, which quickly separates the data into trend, seasonality, and residual. In fourth step, these processed insights are stored in AI data platform. In the final step, we visualize these insights in OSC. Before we dive into the analysis, let us take a quick look at the dataset used for this walkthrough. We are using sample orders data, specifically focusing on sales patterns over time. To get a high-level overview, we have aggregated this at a monthly level and another one at a daily level. You can see that the data has significant variability and it is difficult to interpret. As we perform the decomposition in AIDP, to move this data from OSC, we need to use a secure connection powered by tokens. Also, we need to pull the data using a logical SQL query. First, let us see how we can pull the logical SQL query. With the developer mode enabled, simply open the developers tab as shown here. You will find the logical SQL query specific to our table right there. Just copy and save this for later use. Then, for the security token, click your profile, head to the tokens tab, hit the refresh first, and ensure you have the most recent credential. Note, these tokens are high security and expire after 1 hour. So you will want to download and save yours just before you are ready to run the notebook. Now let us review the notebook. Before doing anything, let us configure the notebook. Think of this as giving business rules to the notebook so that it will follow. While we are focusing on accessing a dataset from OSC for this walkthrough, the platform is flexible and allows you easily to access data from ADW, subject areas, or any other dataset from AI Data Platform catalog as needed. To get connected, you need to upload 3 specific items to AIDP. The first one is connection file, which contains the URL. The second one is your freshly downloaded security token. The third one is the logical SQL query we have copied earlier. Make sure to specify the date and metric columns for your dataset. Based on the business case, it is vital to define the time grain. Are you looking for a daily insights or a monthly overview? Depending upon that, you select the time grain at which this analysis will be performed. Then specify the period or seasonality. This tells the system how often the patterns repeat. For example, if you're looking at daily data, we typically set at 7 to capture weekly cycles. And for monthly data, we use 12. Then you specify the aggregation. This tells how we should summarize the numbers. Depending upon the goal, you can choose some mean, median, or even simple count. Real-world data isn't always perfect. If you're analyzing daily sales and you have few days where no sales occurred, we need to handle that missing data by filling them with 0, mean, median, or even a previous value to keep the analysis fluid. To identify the trend, you can choose moving average for smooth momentum, linear, polynomial, or exponential smoothing. Make sure to provide polynomial degree and exponential smoothing alpha if you choose those trends. Finally, give your output table name to store the data. Now let us see in action how to set up configuration and pull the data from OSC. First, we ensure our connection and token files were correctly uploaded. Once that is set, we can define our specific configuration for this analysis. Now specify your date and metric columns. We choose monthly grain in this analysis with a seasonality of 12 to capture the yearly full cycle. We'll also use linear trend to get a high-level view of our growth. We ignore polynomial degree and exponential alpha values as we are using linear trend. We aggregate the data by sum and set the missing values to 0. Finally, we name our output table. Let us add the else equal query we have copied earlier. The rest of the code uses the connections, tokens, and the logical SQL query to pull the data from OAC. Let us run this section, pull the data, and view the top rows. There are about 9,000 rows, and for each date, there are multiple entries. Let us quickly move on to the next section, data preparation and validation. In this section, we transform the raw data into decomposable time series data. This happens in 5 steps. In first step, we start by validating the configs, standardizing your dates and metrics, and strip out any invalid entries. The second step is to group the data by time grain. The data is organized into uniform time buckets based on your choice of time grain. Whether you look at daily snapshot or monthly overview, the system aggregates your numbers like summing up your sales and give you a clear summary of data at that chosen time grain. The third part is to build a master calendar. To ensure perfect timeline, we construct a master calendar from the very first date of your transaction to your last. This prevents us from jumping over quiet periods and ensuring every single time grain period is accounted for. The fourth one is the aligning your business data with the master calendar that has been constructed earlier. This creates a continuous, unbroken timeline of your dataset. If there are dates with no activity, the system identifies them as NA values. In the final fifth step, we address those gaps that have been created in the fourth step. Based on the logic you have selected, we fill the NA values with 0, previous value, or mean median value based on your config. By the end of this process, your raw records have been transformed into clean continuous data ready for decomposition. This section's code has helper functions that help transform your raw data into decomposable time series data. It has functions like validate config, fill missing values, and handling aggregations. Finally, it has an overarching function that uses all these functions to create a transformed data. Let us quickly run these functions and create a transformed dataset. Let us apply the transformations to our dataset. Once we apply the transformation, you can see the first step is cleaning. As part of cleaning the data, the metric is converted into a numeric value. Post that, the data is aggregated at a month level. Now we start building the calendar. This calendar will ensure all the months are present without any gaps. Post that, it aligns the calendar with the existing dataset and adds NA values if any. Finally, we fill in the NA values with zeros. The summary is we have now 49 rows after data construction. The time grain is now month, aggregation is sum, and the fill NA method is 0. In this section, we use custom-built functions to calculate the long-term direction of your data. We have designed these functions to be flexible and offer different mathematical lenses depending upon your specific business goal. Moving average, that smooths out your daily noise and see the underlying momentum. Linear trends will give you a straight line view. Polynomials for complex functions where the growth is in straight line. Exponential smoothing will give weightage to the recent values. All of these are tied up by an overarching master function that ensures no matter which method you choose, the calculations are seamless and consistent. With our functions ready, we can now run the analysis to see the final breakdown of our data. First, we calculate and apply our linear trend. This shows the big picture of our trajectory of the sales. Next, we detrend the data by removing the long-term growth line. We can see the pure seasonality. Since we set our cycle to 12, you can see the repeating patterns that occur every year. Finally, we subtract both trend and seasonality to get residuals. These are outliers and unique events that do not fit into normal patterns and give you the clear view of anomalies. All these components are attached directly to your original dataset. Now that all the calculations are complete, we move on to the final stage where we save our results locally in the AIDP. The freshly created dataset is available in the master catalog under bronze layer as a default table. You can view the time series decomposition table here. Now let us see how we can access this particular dataset from OAC. To connect with AIDP, we need to establish a connection. You can simply click the connections and provide necessary credentials to set up the connection. For this demo, we have pre-configured the environment. Next, we shall access the dataset we have created earlier through this connection. Click to create a new dataset, use that connection, identify the time series decomposition table. You can see our dataset is readily available. In this demo, we have already mapped the data and created a dashboard for viewing. Looking at the charts, the story of our data becomes very clear. You can view the original data here. Then our linear trend shows consistent upward movement, a clear sign that our sales are growing year on year. Further, you can see our sales peak in December, while April represents our annual low point. Finally, the residuals highlight one-off anomalies. Thank you for watching the video.